Today we are diving into your money mindset. I believe that money mindset it's one of the most important things for you to understand. It's one of the most important things for us to start with. And every program I run, every coaching I do, always starts with mindset because it's the very foundation of why we do what we do with our money. So we're going to do, I guess, a little bit of scientific what is money mindset. We are going to then do a couple of guided exercises. So that's definitely going to need the workbook. If you haven't yet downloaded the workbook and printed it out, could I encourage you to pause? All right, so let's start with what is mindset. If we look at a dictionary definition, English Cambridge says a mindset is a person's way of thinking and their opinions. A Google search tells us that mindset is a simple idea discovered by world-renowned Stanford University psychologist Carol Dweck. In decades of research on achievement and success, she says that mindset is a simple idea that makes all the difference. In a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. I definitely have a growth mindset, and do you know what? I have a distinct feeling that you too have a growth mindset, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. Because the opposite of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset, and that is where you believe you get what you get, or you got what you got, and there is no way you can change your knowledge, your circumstances, or kind of where you're at with things. So to me, I think you wouldn't be here unless you had a growth mindset too. But so what is money mindset then? Well, a money mindset is an overriding attitude that you have about your finances. It drives how you make key financial decisions every day, and it can have a big impact on your ability to achieve your money goals. If you change your mindset about money, you tend to make better choices about how to overcome challenges. So it's your attitude about money, and your money mindset shapes what you believe you can and cannot do with money. How much money you believe you're entitled to, how much you believe you're allowed and able to earn, how much you can and should spend, the way you utilize debt, so personal loans, credit cards, how much money you give away, and your ability to invest with confidence and success. Your money mindset can influence your attitude towards people, sometimes without you even realizing it. So, how do you feel when you see someone driving a very expensive, flashy car? What do you think about them? Listen, a couple of guys drove down my street the other day in a Ferrari, and I literally, even though I know all this about money mindset, I kind of went, huh. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I actually thought. Started with W, ended with S. What do you think about them? What about when somebody's wearing head-to-toe designer wear? Or the opposite? What if somebody looks like they're really scruffy and don't have much money? What do you think about? The way you handle yourself in financial conversations is another indication of your money mindset. Do you feel vulnerable, intimidated, or do you feel confident and in control? Are you comfortable asking questions even when it might make you look less intelligent? What's fascinating about our money mindset is that this core set of beliefs resides in our unconscious mind, and it can hang out there unconsciously driving our behaviors. Let me give you an example. The example is me. I am a women's money coach now, but that wasn't always the case. I worked in financial services for a good 20 years. I worked in personal financial services. I created financial products for people. I trained as a financial advisor, and I would say that from a knowledge perspective, there probably isn't that much I don't know about the world of money. It took me until I was 40 to realize that I actually had a very broken money mindset that had come from my childhood. The way that that happened was that I grew up living below the poverty line. Money was a massive source of stress for our family. We lived on a farm. We were asset rich and income poor. We did not have two beans to rub together. Now, that created a really bad environment for me when I was growing up. And as I grew up and as I left home, I had gained a money mindset of kind of two things. One thing was I wanted to earn a lot of money because I wanted to have all the things that I couldn't have when I was growing up. I didn't know that was what I was doing. Not only that, it was teamed with a particularly damaging mindset of generosity, over generosity. I don't have an issue with generosity per se, but when it leads you to be doing things that you can't afford. So I often give this example to people and it makes them laugh, but I could have no money, like literally no actual cash in my bank account, but a credit card. And back in the day, I could be in a restaurant with a bunch of people knowing I had no money in my bank account and offer to pay for everybody's dinner. Sounds insane, really, when you think about it. What was driving that was my money mindset. So not only did I want to have everything, I wanted everybody to have everything. And that is a mindset that actually drove me to take our family right to the brink of bankruptcy. Imagine how incredibly stressful that was. So I want to say to you that you may have a money mindset which has driven you, that has been lurking and hiding for some time, and it's driving you to do things that you're not even really cognizant that you're doing. But by tuning in, observing your thoughts, feelings, and reactions when you interact with money, you can gain awareness of your money mindset. So I've already given you a clue, but where did that money mindset come from? The short answer is that our mindsets, like our values, are formed when we are quite young, usually between the ages of 0 and 7. So kids aren't like sponges. We keenly observe, both consciously and unconsciously, how the adults closest to us are dealing with money and life. So did your parents fight about money? Or were they calm and collected when family finances came up? Or was there just a mood that you were absorbing about money? Was it a mood of stress? Was there enough money when you were growing up, or was it a struggle? We know that death, divorce, illness, unemployment, and other hardships frequently lead to financial stress, tension, and feelings of scarcity. How did your parents talk about other people and their money? Did they make snide remarks about people who were rich? Did they pay their taxes willingly or badmouth the government and complain about corruption? These are extreme examples deliberately to get you thinking. If you were born into a family that believed that people like us don't get ahead, you might be holding on to similar unconscious beliefs. Earning more money than your parents might make you really uncomfortable. Growing up in material comfort with thoughtful, generous parents who spoke with each other and about other people calmly and respectfully is more likely to have positively impacted your money mindset. Many of our core beliefs about money are formed in early childhood by observing and internalizing the money messages that we learn from our parents, friends, community, and other caregivers, but especially our parents. So we're now going to do a couple of guided exercises to help you really start thinking about this for yourself. So grab your workbook and a pen and then come back and get started again. Okay, so money mindset exercise 1. This is all about considering the questions and just writing down the answers. If you're listening to this video, to do that, please pause it after each question. How would you describe your money mindset to date? How have you treated your money? Have you thought about money as an enabler to make more or as something to spend? Have you actively managed your money? Do you think this needs to change? Okay. Money mindset exercise 2. Your workbook has this on page 5. Now we're going to explore how you behave with money. Consider the questions below and put a tick against each one that resonates with your behavior with money today. Are you a shopaholic? You can't really afford it, but you buy it anyway. Do you spend more money than you earn? You can't seem to get in control of things. You're always juggling. Do you have a ton of debt? Do you know that you need to find out about your retirement savings, insurance, or other money matters, but you don't do it? Do you avoid doing your tax? In a work context, do you find it hard to ask for what you are worth or what you are owed? Do you give too much? Are you too generous? Do you find it hard to spend money? You prefer to save it. Do you think that money is too hard for you to understand? Do you think I'm married? I don't need to worry. My partner will look after me. I'm focused on looking after our family. Okay, thinking back to your childhood and younger years, who controlled the money in your home? Were you well off? Was there always enough money? Did your parents argue about money? Did your mum, parents, or family tell you that finding a man and getting married was the best thing you could do financially? Did your parents push you towards a lower paying job or career more fitting of a woman? Did your parents or other role model make you believe or feel that you were too stupid to understand complicated things like money? Do you have low self-worth? Are you always thinking negative things about yourself? Is there a connection between the behaviors that you have and what you learned when you were younger that you can identify? So very much like my example there, I was able to look back over my life, my childhood, and to really see that I had some hidden money mindsets that were driving my behaviors that were really damaging me financially. So in summary, hopefully you've had one or two aha moments while you've been listening to this module video or while you've been reading along. It's really important to know that uncovering your money mindset isn't about judgment of you, your family, your carers, or your circumstances growing up. We don't have any control over that. It is 100% about recognizing what is driving your behavior with money so that you can switch off the autopilot and take over driving your own financial independence. It is 100% about changing any behaviors that aren't serving you anymore, because you now know why you're engaging in those behaviors. So what are our next steps? Go and buy yourself a pretty book. This is going to become your journal. It doesn't have to be expensive. Get to Officeworks or Kmart. There's lots of cheap options. Every day, I would like you to take 10 minutes for yourself to journal. 5 to 10 things you're grateful for, as small or as big as you want. And personally for me, coffee always makes my list. The second thing that I want you to journal about is 3 positive things about money that directly counter any of the money beliefs or behaviors that you have that you'd like to change. A good example of this is, I'm good with money. So something that we often believe as women is that we aren't good with money. We say it to ourselves. I'm not good with money. I can't be good with money. I'm never going to have enough money. I'm never going to get out of this hole I'm in. There are so many beliefs that we have about ourselves that are negative, and journaling can genuinely help you to overcome these.